Come in, people, come in. Right, let me start the TikTok live. Where's my phone? I was just doing a little reaction voiceover video to, you know, you've got Sanex, the shower gel brand. So apparently they had an advert where they were talking about dry, problematic skin that's always cracking and that. And basically they showed a black woman apparently with skin that's dry and cracking as an example of problematic skin. And then in the next shot, there was a white woman with, you know, perfect, clear, soft, amazing skin. So they banned it, you know. And I just think to myself, like, yo, I feel sorry for white people to some degree, you know. Like, yo, they can't say or do nothing without offending us nowadays. Like, yo, they can't say nothing. Like, they just literally walking on eggshells and that. Obviously, that's better than, you know, racism and that, you know what I mean? Because before they were talking hella grease, boy. They were saying what the hell they want, boy. But now, like, it's the complete other way around, man. They can't say nothing. When you say it, it kills me. J wise, stay wise, you don't know. When you say it, it kills me. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. White people can't say nothing nowadays without offending a black person, boy. But you know, it's better it's that way as opposed to racism and that. Like me, I just don't understand racism. How can you have beef with someone and dislike someone just because of the way they look? It's crazy. I'm gonna not like someone when I find out how they are and who they are, not just because of their exterior image. Obviously, there's certain people I don't want to hang around or be around, and I can judge them based on their exterior image and that. But who we got on TikTok? Come in, people. Come in. Come in. Do you think there's difference in IQ levels between YT and ninjas? See, man, I have to use the TikTok lingo nowadays. Yeah, definitely. The first is smarter than the latter. Definitely. Listen, if it wasn't for them, and I made a video about this, if it wasn't for them, we would still be in huts and whatever, however we was living before, fucking leaves and that as boxer shorts and that. Yeah. If it wasn't for them, we would still pretty much be in the Rascal Stone Age. You know, you got people that look like me from the Congo moaning about, oh, they're coming over and taking the cobalt or whatever it is. Yo, okay, it's a naturally occurring mineral on your land. Fine. Let's say you have the rights to it, but you wouldn't know what to do with it. The people them, yeah, they could give you a step-by-step guide, a perfect plan, a perfect instruction manual on how to use, well, how to even dig the cobalt out of the ground, how to use it to create iPhones. You will not have a fucking iPhone. There wouldn't even be an iPhone 1. It would be iPhone -1 or something like that. So I don't want to hear, oh, they're coming over and they're stealing the cobalt and that. Yo, if they gave you all the cobalt and an instruction manual, step-by-step guide, you would not have an iPhone. You might have an E phone or a B phone, but you would not have an iPhone, I promise you. So why does it matter if they're going in there and they're teething the mineral? You wouldn't know how to use it anyway. So white people them, yeah, will go over to Africa and take away the mud, and then they will complain, oh, they're taking our mud. But he wasn't doing that with the mud in the first place. So this foreign 89 said, what's cobalt? Cobalt is like it's like a material that they use to create iPhones or something like that. Oops. For fuck's sake, 1 sec. I used to chat to him, man. I don't chat to him no more. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, I was doing a reaction video earlier, and you're gonna start to see some of these clips emerging on, like, obviously TikTok and YouTube, and that, depending on where you're viewing from and that. But basically, this he's a psychologist. I think I did upload one video already on TikTok, probably this account. This psychologist, I can't remember what he was saying. Also, I done a lot of reaction videos today as well. But basically, he was saying, yeah, the only reason why you're friends with certain people is just because you happen to go to the same school as them. And I've said that many times in the past before. The only reason why you're friends with certain people is because you grew up in the same neighborhood. You grew up on the same estate. But if at your current stage, because basically he was talking about outgrowing people, but if at your current stage now, let's say you're 25 or you're 30-year-old, you've got your degree, you've got your education, you've established yourself in that, would you still be friends with that certain someone? And obviously, whilst I was watching it, I said, nah, there's only one person I would still be friends with if I met them back then, the person who I met back then, if I met them now. The rest of them, nah, you was good enough to be my friend when we were 17, but now we're 30, 32, I'm gonna be 33 next month. You're not good enough to be my friend. You haven't leveled up. And I know people, they are pretty much in the same position that they were 10 years ago. Had this discussion with a man, I said to him, listen, you ain't leveled up. You're in the same position. I must have mentioned something about buying property. I said, blood, you're still living in a council house. You need to pattern up on that. He said, listen, I am from London. I'm not going to buy no house in the middle of nowhere, referring to Northampton. He's saying Northampton in the middle of nowhere, which it is. That's cool. But he said, he said it like that. I'm from London. I'm not buying no house in Northampton, which is in the middle of nowhere. All right, cool. We'll stay in London and stay in your council house then. I'll stay in Northampton with my 6 properties, with my £1 million property portfolio, and I will travel to and from London when I feel like it. Yeah. I am from London, so I'm not going to the middle of nowhere just so I can have a property in that. Well, stay at the bottom of the social economic scale and do not build any wealth for yourself. Do not provide anything that you can hand down to your kids. Stay a loser then. And the man will be scratching his head. I wonder why Jay don't want to talk to me no more. You ain't leveled up. And naturally, yeah, when you're around people that you're leveling up, if you're leveling up and you're around people and you start to leave them behind, they're going to naturally hate on you. Naturally. They may not say it, but I guarantee you, yeah, if you're a person like me who's very observant, you will feel it. You will feel it. Also, that psychologist, this psychologist guy, yeah, he's basically saying all the stuff that I fucking say. I just started watching this guy 2 days ago, and I'm like, yo, this guy, he just says all the stuff that I say. For me, I'm a very observant person. Just forgot the fucking point I was gonna make. We'll come back to me in a second. That's it. So basically, like when you start to level up, when you start to outgrow the people around you, this is my words. Just you, like they may not say it, but they don't want you around. And you don't even need to be an arrogant person. You don't even need to be the sort of person who shows off, like, you know, drives a nice car or wears flashy clothes, expensive clothes and that. Just you coming around, that's a reminder that they're not moving forward. You don't need to say anything. Now, obviously, there's certain times here where it's not appropriate to talk about your success and how well you do. Let's say, for example, you're at a wake or you're at the after bit of a funeral. Yo, don't be telling people about the 8th property you've just secured. Don't be telling people about, oh, yeah, got to go and change the tires on the Lamborghini, you know, it's £250 per tire. Yo, that's not appropriate. Yeah, don't pull up to the flipping funeral revving up your engine outside on your McLaren. But you don't even need to do that. You can be someone that I don't look. Obviously, I'm not rich, but I don't look as successful as I am. You coming around reminds them, this person is doing well and I'm not. And people won't like it. They won't like it. They will go as far as want you to fail. Now they might not say it, but they will want you to fail. Trust me. And I realized this year, this is a biological thing. This is not something that people learn, you know. Like people don't learn. People can learn this, but I'm telling you, yeah, this is like a biological thing. Human beings are hardwired to not want people to succeed and surpass them. And I clocked this not too long ago with my little sister. This girl is 13 years old, lived a sheltered life her whole entire life. All she knows is school, back, and play Roblox and talk to her friends on the phone. She don't know anything whatsoever about life. So I actually spoke about this in a video the other day. Obviously, I love my little sister and that, but you know, facts is facts. And me, I'm an observant person. If I see something, I'm gonna talk on it, especially if it can help and benefit other people. So I've been on a total of 4 podcasts. The 3rd podcast that I went on to was that guy Glody, the big brother. He basically got released from prison, but because there was some issue with, I think he got bagged in Scotland, but done some of his sentence down in, done the majority of his sentence in England. They wanted to send him back up to Scotland because they're saying that they released him too early because Scottish law is different to English law. So they wanted him to go and do a 1.5 years in prison or something like that. Anyway, he actually got sent back to prison, but he got released like after a week because there was so much media attention. So anyway, he's got his own podcast. Go and watch it. It's called Glow Talks. Even DD Gray's been on it as well. So he's interviewed quite a few man and that. And there was one interview with a guy called Jeff. I'll talk about that after. It's quite funny still. So yeah, he's invited me onto the podcast. So obviously, when you go on a podcast and that, you don't just walk through the door and get started and that. Like, you know, they want to set up and that. So I'm sitting backstage. So I'll just make a little video. The setup is nice. Like, obviously, I ain't no fruity motherfucker and that, but it's like a nice little pink setting and that. You know what I mean? So I was just filming and I put up on my WhatsApp status, just about to have my third interview, something like that. So I uploaded it onto my status, and obviously a couple of people probably saw it, obviously on my WhatsApp and that. And my little sister messaged me, "I hope it flops." And I'm like, "Yo, wow, what on for you?" Now, I didn't see the message straight away. I saw it afterwards because obviously I've uploaded it. People ain't gonna see your statuses for like at least an hour. So during the interview, she must have responded to the status. And obviously after the interview, then I've seen it. She's like, "Yeah, I hope it flops." I'm like, "Wow." Do you know what? Yeah, that it makes sense that like human beings on a biological level, like on a subconscious level, like they're hardwired to not want to see people around them outgrow them. Because this is a little child. Like my sister's 13, or she's now 14, but she's like a 10-year-old and that, which is good. I don't want my sister to be fully developed. You understand? She even looks like a little child as well. Because I remember the girls in my school, 14, 15 years old, a lot of them were built like women. Yeah, childbearing sort of body. My little sister's not built like that. She's built like a little child, literally. She's like a 10-year-old. Yeah. And I was thinking, like, rah, even at that level where you don't know anything, you're very shit. Like, literally, my sister, she's only just been allowed to, I mean, obviously, when she started secondary school, that's when she started to leave my estate and venture out into the big wide world on her own. You know what I mean? So she doesn't know anything. So it's just crazy that like even at like a juvenile age, this is how human beings think. This is not something that people learn or have to learn. This is a subconscious thing. It's hardwiring. Well, that's what I learned about that, man. Yeah, I'm a very observant person. 99.9% of people, that would have happened to them and they would have just thought, you're just being cheeky, just being rude. Nah, I read into stuff like that. Let me check the comments. Big up Snazzy. Yeah, I know issue because of the emote, the profile picture. So Snazzy, formerly known as Wasteman, said, "Yeah, you're right. All my friends except hold on. Yeah, you're right. All my friends expect my friends from different town and friend I made after school." Yo, you lot, I beg you lot, man, just write proper English, man. Shit. Anyway, he said all my friends from school are gone. Okay. I said, Jay Wise, when did you become a plumber? Nah, I ain't a plumber. I know you saw that video, boy. Do you know why? Yeah, it ain't too bad because all that pipe working out, it will be concealed. No one's gonna see it, so it won't matter. So this bitty person said, legend, come on. Yo, Jay, what do you think about being a PT as a part-time gig? Yeah, why not? Why not? The majority of your day should be working. So let's say you have a full-time job. Let's say you're a full-time bus driver. Yeah, you do your Monday to Friday. I'm not going to say 9 to 5 because they probably even do some mad rotors as well. Where it's like Thursday to Sunday and shit like that. But let's just, for argument's sake, say they do a Monday to Friday and whatever hours they have, they work that. Let's say they can't get some overtime for whatever reason. Yeah, go and be a PT on Saturday and Sunday, man. You should be fucking working, bro. I didn't get to this position just doing Monday to Friday. No, I got to this position willing to work on Saturdays, willing to do overtime. And the thing is as well, yeah, when you have that drive and that ambition, it's like you have a different energy about you. People will want to invest in you. I guarantee you, yeah. So basically, the infamous Holman job, the reason why I got that managerial role is for two reasons. For one, obviously, the guy that the project manager wanted to nominate, he didn't want to do the managerial role. But then the second reason is, yeah, the other supervisors, they saw something in me. Maybe they just saw me as like leading the pack because I remember there was one pivotal moment, yeah. Basically, the infamous Holman job worked out like this. There was a previous company on the previous on the infamous Holman job. They were called Axis. They got kicked off the Holman job, and then they brought in a new company And then I started working for them. They brought in a bunch of new people. We're all new. Even the project managers were new. Like we pretty much all started on the same day. The project managers was there like 2 days before me, but we all started like brand new and that. So there was a bunch of us just scratching our head. We didn't know what to do really, yeah, because we're jumping onto a project that's already 60% complete, yeah. So anyway, there was about 8 of us electrical testers in that, and we all went up to one apartment block. So the infamous Holborn job was apartment blocks. You have north, east, south, and west, and each north, east, south, and west, they were called cores. Each core had at least 10 floors, and on each of the 10 floors there was like about 8 apartments in that. So there was a lot. So anyway, we went up to one. It was north. I think it was N404, so North 404. Anyway, we was in this apartment and that, and we was trying to figure out how to do the testing, like where to start or whatever in it. And I came up with a little plan, yeah. And just from that, one of the other supervisors must have clocked like, this guy's got some sort of leadership skills. So boom, because the guy that maybe the project manager thought would be a better fit didn't want to do it for whatever reason, because this guy was older than me. Yeah, he gave me the job role on that. I think it's because I was grinding all before that, like all them years before that, like, you know, working all those overtimes and that. You're just a serious person. You're not going to be a joke man doing overtime. It doesn't really make no sense. So I think they just saw something in me because I was driven, because I wanted to work overtime and that. I think they just saw something in me. So yeah, I got the job as the electrical manager. So Hamza says she was probably joking. That ain't a joke. That ain't a joke. What do you think of the young girls being influenced by TikTok nowadays? I mean, listen, in this world, yeah, there can be a bunch of bad influences. When I have a daughter or a son, they're not going to be influenced by nothing but me. No one is going to influence them but me. There are a lot of women right now, yeah, making videos about Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips. They're corrupting the young minds of the young girls' minds and that. Yo, you think I'm going to be worried about my daughter being corrupted by Bonnie Blue or Lily Phillips? Yo, if you're worried, yeah, about your daughter being corrupted by one of those girls, that says more about you than anything else, you know. I'm not worried about my son. If I have a son, hopefully I have a son. I'm not worried about him consuming certain substances that he shouldn't be consuming. I'm not worried about him smoking certain things he shouldn't be smoking in there. Do you know why? Because he don't want to be just like me, and I don't do that bullshit. I've never been drunk, never been high ever in my life. I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't bun, I don't drink alcohol, nothing. Man's a good Christian boy out here, yeah? But seriously, I'm not worried about my daughter being corrupted by the minds of certain females in the space. So I'm not worried about, TikTok influencing my child and that. There was one video, I done a reaction to it, a voiceover. It was on ITV News. So there was this trend going on. Like a couple of years ago on that, it was called like a blackout challenge. And now that I've said that, they're probably gonna ban the TikTok live. Hopefully not. So anyway, these little boys, they done the thing, and now they're no longer walking around on planet Earth. They sent themselves on a first class ticket to the pearly gates of heaven. Yeah. The mums have come onto ITV and they're blaming TikTok. They're trying to sue TikTok. So hold on a minute. You're blaming and suing TikTok because your children were influenced by some stupid challenge. Yo, if you just took over your children's minds and you gave your children the right mindset, TikTok would not be able to influence them to do nonsense like that. Every fucking parent nowadays has no accountability whatsoever. Even with IKEA furniture, if you don't ever put IKEA furniture together, let's say it was a wardrobe or a chest of drawers, large or small chest of drawers, you will notice there's brackets that come with the IKEA furniture for you to fix it to the wall. That's not by that's not a cool. That's not a mistake. That's deliberate. Because you think like, why would you need to fix a wardrobe or chest of drawers to a wall? Do you know what that is? And I actually done a reaction video about this a couple of years ago. There were reports of toddlers, children that are 1, 2 years old. Let's say you got a 3-drawer set of chest of drawers, yeah? So it's got 1, 2, 3 drawers, yeah? The children were climbing up and pulling out the middle drawer, if not the top drawer, and then the chest of drawers was toppling over on top of them, yeah? And now the children are no longer here. The parents were blaming the IKEA furniture for their children no longer being here. No, why don't you fucking mind your children? Then if something like that did happen, you would be able to go and save them. No accountability whatsoever. Me personally, if that happened to my child, I'll think to myself, why the fuck was I not watching them? You have to watch the children 24/7. There was even a video. It was called, it's like an Instagram reel or something. It was an Instagram short video on that. Sometimes sisters are your second mum. These little girls are playing in front of the camera. There's a toddler. The child is like less than 1 year old. And the little sister, the older sister's like 3, 4 years old. They're doing like a selfie video and they're playing. And the little girl, which is like 3, 4 years old, notices something's not right. The little sister puts her fingers in the baby sister's mouth and pulls out a penny. The little baby was trying to swallow a penny in that. The mum, she didn't clock that. She probably watching TikTok videos or something like that. Probably doing her nails, probably chatting shit on her second phone to her stupid friend. My man said, the JY story time on the Lithuanian chick you asked on a motorcycle game. But the girl was Latvian still. No, there ain't nothing to say really. But I was just saying, like, one second. I'll get back to that in a second. Let me read some of these comments. So, AX Construction said, how many properties are you aiming for? There's no real number. It's more about monthly income, you know, a nice round 10 or 12,000 pounds every month from the properties. So this Panesh has to be Asian with that name. Closing in on my first property at 24. Thanks for your advice. Yeah, come on, man. Same here. I was 24, man, when I first bought my first property in that. So this Wavy H said, I respect your thing, JY, such a good father figure. Yeah. For a lot of man, I'm doing the job that their dad should have done. And why am I doing the job that their dad should have done? It's because their mum picked her waist, man. If you as a man right now watching this, yeah, or a female, if you watch this and you think to yourself, my dad was a waste, man. My dad's a joke, man. Why my dad not in my life? Obviously, you have to blame your dad. But at the same time, you also have to blame your mum. Why did you let this fool make a copy of himself? You have to understand and deep it this way, yeah? Like, these chicks be getting with these guys, be reproducing with these guys, be allowing certain men to put a ring on their finger, and I wouldn't even want to be friends with this fool. I know guys right now, they might not currently be in a relationship with said chick, but I know guys who they're in a relationship with a chick and they've got a ute with the chick. And I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't even want to meet this person. I wouldn't even want this fool phoning me, let alone him going on and reproducing. Like, yeah. I know certain men right now. You remember one time, I was on my way down from here to Edmonton, yeah, as I do on the weekends, yeah. So boom, I'm driving, and obviously I use my personal mobile phone to phone the tenants and that. So, I mean, every now and then a tenant will phone. I mean, they don't even phone me back. But anyway, certain times if I phone tenants, they don't answer and that, I'll put a card through their door. Sometimes they might phone me back after a few hours, yeah. So anyway, I'm driving. It's a Friday. I'm driving back to Edmonton. I get a random number that's not saved in my phone phoning me. So I've answered it. And I'm like, yo, you good? I'm like, yeah, who's this? Oh, it's such and such. I ain't got this person's number saved. Anyway, a man is chatting to me now. He's like, yeah, I see your videos, and I'm like, yeah, cool. But I would say, I think you're right about this, but I will say this, whatever. Man's giving me his opinion. All right, cool, whatever. So anyway, a man saying that, oh yeah, like maybe you should start like a website and that, which is cool. Give a man a little bit of advice and that. I've got more advice for you. I'm in a better position than you. But okay, if you want to give me advice, that's cool. Anyway, boom. Anyway, to close the conversation, man's like, yeah, man, maybe we should link up, go out for a coffee or something. I'm like, yeah, cool. He's like, oh, what we up to anyway? I was actually on the way to London, but I didn't tell him that. Yeah. So anyway, he's like, yeah, next time you're down and that. Yeah, cool, boom. So anyway, I got off the phone now, innit? Anyway, a couple of days later, I'm thinking, shit, I should have saved his number. Not to link up with him in the future. Because this is someone that I know for years. Years on years and years, yeah? He's not my friend. He was a brother of a former friend, yeah? This guy, like, obviously I've known him for years and that. Now, I thought to myself, shit, I should have saved this number. Not to link up with him, so that if he phones me, I don't answer his call. Because there's nothing that he's going to say that I'm going to be bothered about. And I'm not going to give his... There's no words in the English language that he can stitch together that I want to listen to. No way. No way. That's what it gets. So when you get to a certain level on that, there's certain people you don't even want them phoning you. They're cool people. They're not bad people on that. You've known them for years. But there's nothing that they can tell you that you're going to want to listen to. This guy is older than me and living in a fucking council flat. You ain't got nothing that I want to hear. I don't want to hear anything you got to say. Yeah? Big up man like Dulce David, one of the original subscribers then. When man used to do all the live streams in the kitchen back during the COVID lockdown. Do you think it's smart buying a buy-to-let in Bedfordshire near where they're building the Universal Studios Park? Yeah. Apparently the Bedford prices, house prices are going up. Be careful. If you lot go to Bedford, as in the town, because obviously you've got Bedfordshire and then you've got Bedford the town. Be careful. They got 20-mile-an-hour speed cameras. Hey, listen, Bedford County Council or Bedford Town Borough Council, whatever you want to call it, they got man a little bit bammy at the moment, I'm thinking like, yo, because I went through a speed camera, but it was on the other side of the road. But like, there was only one speed camera on this road facing one way. So I'm like, is it the speed camera that's for my side or the other side? Or does this speed camera do both? I went through that camera at 28 and it's supposed to be at 20 roads. I'm thinking, but I ain't heard nothing yet. It's only been about 2 weeks though, innit? So hopefully I don't get no speeding ticket. In Bedford as well, they got something where it's like like you got ULEZ in London. They've got their equivalent, I think. So it was some weird word, like it was like a 4-letter word. So I'm thinking, imagine if to be fair, I don't even care if I get a ticket for that. Like, yeah, it's £70. I don't care. I wouldn't even care about getting speeding tickets, even if they were £100. It's the points, that matter to me. You see, when you get to a certain level, I ain't rich, I'm not rich. You don't care about expenditure. You don't care about getting fines. It's the strikes that are a problem. Let me tell you something right now, I was chatting to a guy on Instagram. He was talking about his tenants are giving him problems and that he had to go down and evict 2 of them. I was saying, listen, like, obviously be careful on that, because if you do something, you can end up in handcuffs and that. Yeah, that's just the way it's going. Yeah. I'm saying to him, like, yo, be careful on that. I'm saying, like, I need to be extremely careful on that, because the amount of times that I've had the police come for me up in this Northampton area is fucking ridiculous. Like, I've had the police come for me like 6 times up in this area now. I ain't even on criminal activity, but man just get caught up in foolishness and that. You know what I mean? And I'm saying to him, like, yo, I feel like I'm on my final warning. Like, yo, it's a matter of time. Yeah. I say to you, like, listen, I don't give a fuck about fines and that. If it was a situation where I could just box someone in their face and pay a £200 fine, yo, I'd be broke. The amount of time I'll be running around just punching up people and that. But it's not about the money. It's not about the fines and that. It's the threat of going back to prison. That's a problem for me. I got fucking how many properties and that. They ain't gonna manage themselves. But man, gotta be careful. Bye. let me check these comments. Daniela Deville. That's a play on for was it Cruella Deville from the 101 Dalmatians? I remember that. Trust me, man's real old out here. I remember watching the Aristocats and the 101 Dalmatians and Aladdin and Pinocchio. Don't play with me out here, man. I'm 33 next month. You know? I know people with over 100K saved in a council flat. Zero deposit. Don't be ignorant, mate. Listen, they can have 100K in savings and that. Your savings do nothing for you if it's just sitting in the bank gathering dust. Your money needs to work for you. Yeah, there are people that have 100K living in a council flat or council house. They're probably living in their mum's house. If not, they're just in their own council house and that. What are you going to do with that 100K? Savings means nothing. Money means nothing unless it's working for you. You don't need 100K in savings. I would never have 100K in savings. Because before I even get to 100 grand, I'll spend that money. Invest that money. I ain't going to spend it on a car or nothing stupid like that. But I will invest that money, man. You don't want to just be sitting, gathering dust. I know a man who, back when I went on holiday, like in 2016 and that, he told me like, yeah, he's got 60K in savings. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's got 200K in savings right now. He's a investment banker. Like, yo, we're just going to sit and gather. I told him, yo, you should go and buy 2-3 properties and that. Yeah, just waiting. Waiting for what? What are you waiting for? Bro, this guy needs to stop spamming the chat, man. Brother, I failed my level 2 electrical. I've got both my maths, English. What should I do? I hate electrical. Well, it's either you go back to doing that or you find something else in that. But what's going to happen? You're probably going to fail at something else. And then you're just going to keep failing. If you fail at something, you should be determined to go and pass it. It's level 2. It's not difficult. That's what I'm saying here. Like, a lot of people are not that intelligent. They're not. A lot of people are not intelligent. A lot of people, yeah, can move through this earth with the perception that they have average intelligence, whereas a lot of people do not have average intelligence. A lot of people, their intelligence is below average. And someone like that E-Man guy from, I mean, he calls himself E-Man RTM and that, he just exposes people. He exposes people in a funny way. Like, yeah, these people are stupid and that. No, I actually watch it like, yo, a lot of the population is fucking stupid. A lot of people are dumb. I was watching something the other day, and they were talking about IQ levels, men and women's IQ levels. And they were basically saying, yeah, that like women are in the middle. And there are more men that are more intelligent than women, but at the same time, there are more men that are dumber than women, if that makes sense. And I was thinking, like, yeah, that actually makes sense, you know. So pretty much there's more women that are in the average intelligence zone, but there are more men that are in the above average intelligence zone, and there are also more men that are in the below average intelligence zone. I know that to be true because I know some really dumb guys, but trust me, I know some really dumb guys. All right, I'll be making a cup of tea in a second. I'm currently just doing my paperwork as well, actually. Right. So the guy was like, how the fuck do you even fail your level 2 electrics? Yeah. Right. Jay-wise, I make 1.8K a month. Don't know what industry to go in. I'm brass every month. You need to find a way to stop spending so much money and also earn more money. This you say, oh, where's my book? Yeah. I need to report that to Hermes. Sorry, Every, because I sent it. Don't think for 1 minute I'm trying to scam you out of a fucking £20 book. Unless you're making it up. I slightly think that this you's making it up, to be fair, Bro, I'm worried. Once I finish my level 3 in college, I won't be able to get a job because of experience and that. So go on to JY's TV 3.0 on TikTok. There's a pinned video. There's only 3 pinned videos. There's a pinned video, and there's a video. It's a step-by-step guide on how to find an apprenticeship. See, this is the thing. I was saying in a video earlier today that the reason why I regard myself as the most important person on social media in the UK is because I provide the most value. I was saying that there are guys on TikTok and social media and that, they are amazing, fantastic orators. They can tell a fucking story. Every other word is like poetry. They may drop gems, they may speak facts and that, but what can they actually teach you? Where can you find a video where there's a step-by-step guide on how to do X, Y, or Z? And if there ain't, can you even ask them how to do X, Y, or Z? You see, a lot of people, they say a lot of things and they do speak a lot of facts and that, but are their facts, is their knowledge allowing them to even become successful? And if it's not, then they're just saying a lot of nothing. You know what I mean? So basically, I was saying that in a video because I made like a video like how to find cheap, like a big up to the Polish people there, minute, but how to find, like Polish cleaners who will do cleaning for a reasonable price and that. So literally, it's a little step-by-step guide and that. You go onto Facebook, you go onto like the Polish Facebook groups. How do you find Polish Facebook groups? So this is what you do. You type in on like the search bar, Polish, and then the geographical area, Essex, Leicestershire, Hertfordshire, Northampton, wherever. So you type in the area and then Polish, or Polish in the area, doesn't matter what combination. You find the group and then you ask them. Obviously, I'll be a smart ass and that. I know how to say hello or good day in Polish and that. So I started off by saying Dzień dobry. Hi, hello. Is there anyone available to do some cleaning or something like that? But and then a bunch of Polish people started contacting me. Even if you could go onto a Facebook group full of just Polish men in an area. Let's say it's an Essex Polish group with Polish men that are into fishing. Yeah. If you post in that group, hello, or Dzień dobry, anyone know any cleaners? Remember, it's just men. But remember, they have wives, they have daughters, they have female friends who may be cleaners and that. So they can recommend them. So it's not even about being in like messaging a cleaners group or anything like that, or a group that's even got anything remotely to do with cleaning. But there will be people in that group that know cleaners. Because when I posted in some Facebook group, I think it was like a Northampton one, there were people that were recommending their friends, tagging their friends in it. So, yeah, man, that's how you do it. Like, you're not going to find someone that's that resourceful that even knows things like that, or able to provide value like that. So that's why I said I'm the most important person from the UK on social media and that, because nobody else provides value in so many different areas. I can teach you how to buy property. I can teach you how to stand up for yourself. I can teach you how to obviously, tame a woman, have a woman under manners and that. I can teach you how to manage your finances. I can teach you how to read people. I can teach you how to stop being used by people and that. I made videos on everything. Obviously, I can't teach you like how to start a business. I'm not a businessman. You've never heard me talk about starting business. I'm not a businessman. But I'll teach you about being a landlord. I'll teach you how to get the money to buy property so that you can be a landlord. I don't talk on things that I don't know about. Almost done with this paperwork. So yeah, man. That's why I say I'm the most important person. Like if they lined up every person on social media from the UK, I would be standing there right at the front, not second place or third place, right at the front. I don't care if I've only got 10,000 or 13,000 followers and that. There's a lot of dumbasses in this world, irrespective of what the content is, that has hundreds of thousands of followers and that. Do you think, no disrespect to him, but do you think KSI can teach you more than me? No way. No way. Ask yourself this question. If your son had to be adopted by one of the following, who would you rather your son be adopted by? Me, KSI, or whoever you want to name? Whoever. Who's going to allow your son to be more successful? So this person said, check my comment on the live chat. Yeah, but I don't know your name. How am I supposed to reference your comment? Yeah. This ain't make no sense. This guy's name is Sharif. Yeah. He said, check my comment on the live chat on YouTube. Oh, sorry. I take it back. You said your name's nobody. Right. You said, yo, can you see my comment? Yeah, I can see your comment. All right. Hold on. So if I scroll up, is it a good idea quitting A-level college on my second year and doing plumbing at 17, nearly 18 in the same classes as 16-year-olds? Let me tell you something right now. Yeah. So this person, yeah, is doing A-levels in college. They want to quit to do plumbing. My question to you is, are you going to quit Are you going to quit your A levels to do plumbing and then quit that and then go and do something else? Because there's so many people right now, yeah, who are what I call flip floppers. 1 minute they're studying accounting, then they're like, "This is boring. Let me go and do plumbing. Man, I don't want to be fixing dirty toilets. Fuck it, I'll go and do PT and then, I don't want to be a fucking I'll go and do sports science. Oh, fuck it, I don't want to be a PT or a PE teacher and that. Fuck it, man. Bun the college thing, bun doing any courses and that. I'll just figure things out. Let me just go and get a quick job. Working for BT Sky, Virgin or Autoglass. Shadowing a man for 6 months. So yeah, it's all well and good you ask me that, yeah, should I quit A-levels to do plumbing and that? Well, you're probably going to end up quitting plumbing. You're probably going to end up quitting plumbing. Now, someone will say, but how do you know on that? Yo, all of these people that have quit 5 different courses, they started off by quitting the first one. Yeah. So is this just going to be the first thing that you're going to quit and then you're going to go on to quit other things and that, man? You don't need to stop this nonsense, man. Me, I did not jump from course to course to course. I did stop going to college though, so I temporarily quit, but I went back to it. Man said, I saw you at Carnival. Why you like, I was up here, man. I ain't got fucking Carnival. How many properties you aiming for? Yeah, just probably. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I don't know, man. It's not about the number of properties. It's about the income, man. A good 10, 20 grand, 10, 12 grand coming in every month. That's good enough for me. What's the difference between Yardies and Jamaicans? That's a good question. So, on the island of Jamaica, I'll say there's 3 sets of people. There's Jamaicans, there's Rastas, and there's Yardies. Yeah. The difference between Jamaicans and Yardies is this. Yardies are the ones that come over and that want to act like gangsters and yeah. Jamaicans are working people. Yardies, they don't, yeah, they're just all over the place. They're ratchet. Yeah, that's what Yardies are. Ratchet. Back in the day though, Yardies were like infamous. People were scared of Yardies back in the day, boy. Would you want to stop being a landlord and just flip? Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, being a landlord, man, is a bit annoying. Like, you know, the worst part is when you have to start kicking out the fucking tenants. Man. That's it. Obviously, no tenants have not paid their rent. I don't play around. I say, what's your ethnicity? I mean, you know, that's an interesting question. You know, what's my ethnicity? So obviously, I'm a black man, obviously, but I've done the DNA test. You know, every black person, they think they're 100% black. I mean, maybe if you're from some remote village in Angola or Congo, but for the most part, a lot of us, well, the Caribbeans and that, Jamaicans and that, we're not 100% black. So I'm not 100% black. Someone guess the percentage of black that I am. Whilst you do that, I'm going to put the kettle on. You know Turner? Yeah, man, I know Aaron Turner still. I said, brother, why are you at your mom's house? I mean, does this look like my mom's house? Listen, the way to know whether someone still lives at their mom's house, I'm talking about content creators and that. The way to know that someone lives at their mom's house, yeah, is this. If you see a content creator constantly make videos in their car or their bedroom, they don't make videos like in their living room, or they don't make videos in their kitchen and that where you can see the background and that, like it, or they don't, because obviously some people might have a studio in their own house and that. I guarantee you, if a guy always makes videos in his bedroom or his car, it's because he lives at his mom's house and that. And then you will have these stupid kids here talking about, why would you want to buy a property and that's a liability and that's a slave to this and that, whatever. And that's like, yo, shut up, blood. You live at your mom's house. You have to keep your voice down when you're talking because your mom will tell you to shut the fuck up. Talking about don't buy a property and that. And you're still living at your mom's house. The only time they make videos in their kitchen is when everyone's vacated the house for the weekend. It makes no sense, man. There's one you talking about, Why would you want to spend 25 grand on a property deposit when you can invest that money into yourself? Like, yo, this guy claims to be an entrepreneur. If you're such an entrepreneur, why can't you get hold of 25 grand relatively quickly in that? I thought you was an entrepreneur. How can you claim to be an entrepreneur, but you're struggling to get hold of money? It doesn't even make no sense. So stop listening to these fucking kids, man. You got a youth that's 25 years old making videos from his room in his mum's house, telling you not to buy a property and to be an entrepreneur. What successful entrepreneur still lives at his mum's house? Do you think if this youth was on 100 grand a month or even 100 grand a year, you think he'd still be living at his mum's house? Why would you want to be living at your mum's house when you can have your own yard, you can bring girls around and be as loud as you want, you can do whatever you want in that? Doesn't make no sense, man. No one has a perfect relationship with their mum or their dad where sometimes I think, you know what, I'd rather just live on my own. Tell about a fucking entrepreneur and you still live at your mum's house, man. Yeah, damn you idiot. God damn entrepreneur. Think fucking Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk is still living at his mum's house? No way. These people that are giving out advice, you don't need to really analyze these people and ask yourself, would I want to be in this person's position? Like, ask yourself, like, oh, are they in a good financial position and that? Like, what proof do I have from these people that these people are in a good financial position? Most of them are not. Most of them are not, man. They're just lying. They're pretending. Semi-skimmed milk, yeah? Goddamn jackasses want to give other people advice and they're not in a good financial position and that. There's one Somalian youth, trying to give advice and that. Yo, I guarantee this guy still lives at his fucking mum's house as well. You see that earlier, I was touching the ceiling and that. Like, I can reach the ceiling. I'm not even tall. I'm only 5'9", but my arms are long. Yeah, not abnormally long. I ain't look like a fucking chimpanzee or something like that. But yeah, my arms are long. I should have been taller because I've got long arms. But it's like my legs didn't grow. You're saying that Anthony Joshua still lives with his mom. Obviously, listen, don't tell me about some random outlier. Just because there's one person, that doesn't mean that, it doesn't disprove the rule. Just because, see, people like that, they're the all police. But I know this one person. Shut up, man. I know a man, I remember one time, I was sitting in his yard and I'm saying, like, oh, yeah, who the hell wants to live in some ratchet ass hostel? You know what a hostel is, isn't it? A hostel is a shared house, but the lowest level of shared house, Who the hell wants to live in some ratchet ass, trampy ass hostel? Here, my friends go to me. Well, I know one hostel around the corner and it's nice in there. Bro, don't tell me about that one random nice hostel. Yeah? Tell me about the other 99 hostels that are fucking ratchet and that. I've been to them. Listen, I've been to them hostels. It's not the place that you want to be. Listen, I've got a little sister, yeah. Anyhow, yeah, she ended up in a hostel. She would not end up in no hostel. I'll go and pick her up and she's coming to come live with me so things can get sorted. Now, my sister's not living in no damn hostel. I'm not broke, blood. What do you do for fun? I mean, I would show you, but it's not here. My motorbike's at my other house. Right. So this person, this Edwards Jr., they might be chatting shit. But anyway, this person said, I'm from Edmonton, bro. I know you and your mum. Rate your content and I rate your content and that. But how comes you got so much chat and your mum still lives in a council flat? It is not my job to retire my mum. Listen, if my mum did not put in the work and she's in a council house, that's not my problem. It's only my sole concern is for myself and my children. I ain't got no concern for no one else. Yeah. If people are happy living in a council house, we'll go and stay in a council house. Mom, dad, auntie, I don't give a fuck who you are. It's got nothing to do with me. Yeah. My sole concern is for me and my children because they're next in line. So if my mom doesn't want to put in the work to get out of a council house, well then she can stay in a council house. It's as simple as that. And this is not rude or offensive to my mom. My mom knows what I'm like. This is how I talk. Yeah. If my mom was watching this right now, she'd be like, yeah, this is just like sitting next to him and he's rambling and that. So yeah, my mom did not put in the work. That's up to her. If you're comfortable living in a council house, see the fact that I mean this person is chatting shit anyway. They don't know me. I don't even know no fucking Edward Juniors anyway. The fact that they're talking about council flat, my mom doesn't even live in a council flat anyways. But anyway, so they made a good point. Yeah. It's got nothing to do with me. She wants to stay in a council house, that's up to her. Nothing to do with me. It's not my job to retire my mum. Yeah. It was my mum's job to set me up. Yeah. How the hell would the human race move forward if every generation, if the next generation if the previous generation was dependent on the next generation? Anything though. So a lot of people are saying, retire your mom, retire your mom, retire your mom. Why didn't your mom retire her mom? If that's the principle and logic that we're operating under, if it's your job to retire your mom, why did your mom or your dad not retire their mom or dad? Do you understand how it's a logic fail, how it makes no sense? The logical mindset to have is the previous generation must set up the next generation, must make it easier for the next generation. That is how you move forward. If you're constantly thinking about nicing and looking after, don't get it twisted. If you become a multi-millionaire, I don't expect your mom to still be on food stamps and getting food from the food bank. But it shouldn't work. It can't work that way. You can't move forward if you're always trying to worry about the previous generation and that. Their job is done. They put you on planet Earth. Their job is done. If they passed away, unfortunately, today, you still continue living. Whereas if you passed away today and you didn't produce and bring people onto produce any kids and that, well, that's a detriment to your bloodline. Even so, if you have small children and that and you pass away, hey, that's a problem as well. If you don't have insurances in place. You know, stop listening to this nonsense that you hear on fucking YouTube. Retire your mum, retire your mum, retire your mum. Yo, everyone projects their own feelings and their own mindset onto other people. There's a youth in America who makes dating coach videos, yeah, saying, oh, how can you not retire your mum? So hold on a minute. This is his words. Hold on a minute. Your mum come from a third world country and came to America to give you a better life, and you don't want to retire your mum. Most of his audience were born in America, and so were their mum and dad born in America. So what the fuck are you talking about? He's saying that because he's Nigerian and his mum brought him over from Nigeria. He's projecting his own life circumstances onto other people and that. Me, my mum is not from Jamaica. She was born here. My mum's like 53 or something like that. She was born here, yeah? So my mum had the same opportunities as me and that. You lot are saying, oh, I should retire my mum. Why did my mum not retire her mum? Because my mum's mum is from Jamaica. My mum's mum is not from England. My mum's mum is from Jamaica. Why did my mum not retire her mum? When you lot can give me that answer, then we can talk about me retiring my mum. Explain to me why my mum didn't retire her mum. Bullshit, man. The real question is, why didn't my mum set me up? That's the real question, yeah? And the maddest thing is as well, yeah, so many people put their parents on a pedestal, like they worship their parents. And I guarantee you, a lot of you people that worship your parents, put your parents on a pedestal and that, a lot of you lot are like one of 4 children. And a lot of parents, unfortunately, they have favorites. Some parents have favorites. And I guarantee you, the person that puts their parent on a pedestal the most, you was probably your mum or dad's least favorite as well. I guarantee you. That's probably why you feel the need to put your mum on a pedestal and that. Because you was desperate for their love. Yeah? You was crying out for their love. Most people do not come from, like, they're not from a one-child household. Most people have multiple siblings and that, especially poor people. Only poor people think about retiring your mum. Because it's a poor man that gets money that feels like, oh, I need to retire my mum and that. It has to be that way, because if you was rich or from a middle-class family, your parents more than likely would have set you up, and more than likely they have their own money, so therefore they don't need you to retire yourself. So if someone says retire your mum, just know that person comes from a poor family. Just know. Because rich parents don't rely on their children to retire them. Right. Doesn't make no sense. They don't need to. They're rich. They don't need your money. So this person said, yeah, plus, so this person saying, plus the world is very different now compared to then. Maybe your mom had to deal with some extreme racism and that. A lot of stories are overinflated. I guarantee you, yeah, in 50 years' time, 100 years' time, when the future generations read about COVID and lockdown and that, they're going to think, yo, it was mad. They're going to think that, yo, it was really crazy out there. The government and the news told you that you was in a pandemic, yeah? Or a scamdemic, yeah? The plandemic, as they call it, yeah? Your government during 2020 would have told you that there was a pandemic, yeah? Or a plandemic, yeah? Let me ask you this right now. Have you ever watched any of those films, like, you know, like there's like the apocalypse, or there's like a zombie apocalypse or some craziness in that, where, you know, it's just complete chaos and manic in that. Did you, during 2020, although the news and the media outlets told you that you was in a pandemic, did you see a pandemic? Did you feel like you was in a pandemic? Did you see cars racing up and down and that? Did you see people, apart from people wearing stupid masks, and I'm seeing, man, on fucking the internet, walking around with a cereal box as his way to defend against getting any disease or anything like that. But other than that, did you see a pandemic? No, no. So I don't care what the news made you think. You did not see a pandemic. They lied about the numbers. If you got blammed in your head or ran over by a bus, or you're no longer here and that because of some illness that's got nothing to do with COVID, that was a COVID death. What? They built the fucking temporary hospital for the people that may need the hospital beds and that in E16 near the Excel Center. They asked me to come up there. Like they was contacting a bunch of electricians because they needed labor up there and that. They asked me to be a supervisor up there. I didn't want to go. They didn't even use any of the beds. The place was a waste of time. Now, obviously, prevention is better than cure and that, yeah? It's better to be prepared for a situation and that. But there was such a lack of a pandemic that they didn't even need all those hospital beds. The place just it was a waste. Like I said, it's best to be prepared and that. So they've done the right thing in terms of preparing and that. But it doesn't matter what the news said. Did you feel like he was in a pandemic? No. So in the future, in 50 years to 100 years time, when the next generations read about COVID lockdown, they'll be like, yo, it was crazy and that, yo, imagine being around during them times. Bullshit. A lot of people back then talk about how bad racism was. I guarantee you probably wasn't even that bad. Guarantee you, but people always make stuff out to be bad or worse than it is. People will tell you, like outsiders say, yeah, man, Brixton and Peckham, man, it's the worst place to live ever. I guarantee you, if you speak to the locals and that, they'll be like, yo, bad things do happen, but it's not that bad. People seem to think Edmonton is so dangerous and that. But Edmonton is not dangerous. You don't even see anything that happens. Now, obviously, you see roads get taped up and that, but when you walk around Edmonton, you won't feel like you're in an unsafe area. No way. No way. Edmonton's cool, man. But from the news reports and that, you'd think Edmonton's a fucking crazy place. What do you think of starting a cleaning company? I mean, if you want. So this urban clip said, is malted milk better than custard creams? Probably, since I buy malted milk and I don't buy custard creams. J-Wise, I'm not from Tottenham, I'm from Edmonton. Obviously, Tottenham is like my second home now. I'm not from Tottenham, I'm from Edmonton. Do you think racism is bad now? Nope. This guy said them biscuits are top tier. Yeah, man, they're all right. Do you know what I like as well? Not this particular biscuits, because I think I had a few, I didn't like them, I think. But shortbread. You can get a pack from Asda. It's called Scottish shortbread. Fucking bad. I'm sure the reason why I haven't been eating these because these were shit. Try it now. But yeah, the Scottish shortbread from Asda. Bad. It's Asda's own brand as well. Like these are Asda's own brand. Yeah, this is shit. How did you overcome the fear of showing your face online? Set up a tripod. I didn't even have a tripod. I used to just rest my phone against the wall or something like that, a book or something, and I turned the fucking camera on. That's it. The reason why you fear showing your face online is because you're worried about the opinion of others. That's it. You're worried about the opinion of others. You're worried about the opinion of people that are not going to support you on your journey. You're worried about the opinion of people that are gonna forget you in a couple of years' time. Yeah. There's so many people right now, yeah, who have put off their dreams and their aspirations and that because of the opinions of other people. I've said this to you lot before. If I had certain men around me at the time when I started YouTube, if I told them, yo, I'm gonna jump on YouTube, you know, a man would have said, yo, are you mad? I forget that, but I say idiot thing. Because back then, like, man then was not on YouTube like that. You know what I mean? You know, like before, like nobody used to use dating apps. People used to use dating apps, those like white people and that. Black people never used to use dating apps. So there was always a time where it's like, oh, us though, we don't do that kind of stuff. Now, plenty of black people on it, dating apps and that. But back then as well, man, they were not on YouTube. Obviously, there was no TikTok. I know a man that would have said, yo, forget that, man. I say idiot thing and that. And look now, I've made more money off of YouTube and TikTok than he's ever put money in my pocket. So why the fuck am I going to listen to someone else? These people, yeah, that you're worried about their opinion, or these people that are telling you don't do this or whatever and that, ask yourself how much money they putting in my pocket. And ask yourself, if I go through with this plan, if I try this thing out, how much is the potential amount of money that I can make? Even if it's £50, when is that guy ever giving you £50 without demanding it back? Because you can borrow £50 from anybody, but they're going to want it back. So you just got to go for what you want to go for, man. Forget these people, man. Life was so much harder for the older generation, your mom and her mom. Yeah, man. Do you know what, yeah? This is never going to happen. This is never going to happen. But I would love to put myself, yeah, I'd love to go back in a time machine. So this is obviously going to be before social media and that. And I'd love to know how I would do in their generation. And I guarantee you, I will still be doing better than everybody else. Else might not be a millionaire or nothing like that, but I will still be doing better than everybody else. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because my mindset, I've got the mindset of a winner. I don't give up easily. And I'm not just saying, oh, I don't give up easily because it sounds cool. You know I don't give up easily. There are people on YouTube, big YouTubers that have got 500,000 followers and plus, yeah? Who said, listen, yeah, if you'd started YouTube and after 6 months you ain't got 10K followers or 10K subscribers, give up. I've been on fucking YouTube since 2018, I think, or 19. Yeah, 2018. We're coming up 7 years. I still ain't got 10K followers and that, 10K subscribers and that. I don't give a fuck. I keep going. I don't give a damn. I ain't successful on YouTube, but hey, I'm still uploading every day. Multiple videos are coming out, and every day multiple videos will continue to come out. You know, we don't just quit at the first hurdle here, man. I'm confident in my abilities. I'm confident that one day I will blow up. So I'm gonna keep going until that happens. That's it. I don't quit. So I've just moved away from the comment, but someone said thoughts on real estate, studying real estate at uni. You don't need to fucking study real estate at uni, man. That's bullshit, man. Yeah, quitters never win, winners never quit. Yeah. Oh, you see, that's the thing. Yeah, everyone sees the shine, but no one sees the grind. Yeah, like a lot of these footballers and that, or NBA or boxers and that. Yo, a lot of them were losing. You know, back in the day. You know, a lot of them got turned down. A lot of them were told, "You're not good enough." Carried on going, stuck to it, hung in there. You got to, man. If everyone quit at the first hurdle, you see, right, if everybody had the mentality, I'm going to try one thing one time, and if it don't work, nothing. Let me just explain how deep this is, yeah? You see this phone, yeah? You see your phone that you've got and you're watching it on your phone, there would be no phone. Because I guarantee you, the first phone that someone tried to make, it didn't work. Electricity, cars. So you seem to think, yeah, that everything that everybody tried, every single time it worked. No, most people failed miserably, but they stuck to it. They hung in there. And one day they got their break. Yeah, one day they got their break. You think Amazon is Jeff Bezos' first enterprising business idea? No. Yeah, it's the first one that probably worked. But I guarantee he probably tried little bits and pieces here and there. Even a cleaning company, you don't know. You don't know. He will say, yeah, because Jeff Bezos could say, yeah, that was the first business that, you know. But if you actually check it, like, yo, my man actually tried little bits and pieces and that. It could be anything. Fucking tarmacking people's drive. I don't know, anything. Hung in there, stuck in there. Same with Elon Musk, Alan Sugar and that. Even like Alan Sugar, everyone thinks that Alan Sugar is famous for his electronics business and that. Like, sorry, he might be famous for his electronics business and that. Like, oh yeah, Amstrad, AMS, whatever it's called or whatever. Yeah, he might be famous for that. But the way he actually built up and accumulated most of his wealth was buying commercial buildings in London, refurbishing them and selling them. Property is the way forward, baby. Why do teachers and people say you're naturally smart? Who? What? Use the term, use the phrase naturally smart. It's easy for you courses for adults, legit on scam. What's that? Is that like fast track electrical, become electrician in 2 days? Why are you eating tea and biscuits for dinner? Yeah, for real. For real, blood. Yeah, for real. Actually hungry as well, you know. It's what happens when you're broke. Tea and biscuits for dinner. I remember a man said to me, you know, if you're hungry, make a cup of tea and eat ginger nut biscuits. I like ginger nut biscuits because they fill you up, take away the hunger. That's what you call struggle food. Struggle food. That's that Edmonton struggle food, you know. What's your thoughts on men with long hair, low test? I don't really get into that sort of stuff, man. But how did you start property? I mean, I just bought a property when I was 24, so coming up nearly 9 years ago. Have you seen that 5-day plumbing course thing? It's a joke. It's crazy. Would you ever buy a property in Dubai? Nah. Is your separate property going to be next door? Nah. There's no property that way. I'm on the end, but there's a council house. Yeah, so there's a council house there, so I can't buy it. Big up 1, 2, 3. Do you know what's a struggle food? Corned beef. Corned beef, that's a struggle food, rude boy. After age 24, how frequently did you buy up 6 properties? So this is what happened. So I bought a property at age 24. And that was in 2017. Then in 2021, which is 4 years later, making me 28, I bought my first flat, which was property number 2. So property number 1, 2017. Property number 2, 2021. There on after, I bought one property every single year. So I bought property in 2021, and I bought property in 2022. Then I bought one in 2023. Then I bought. No, hold on, wait. 2021. Because I bought. When you buy so many properties, you fucking lose count. Yeah, nah, I bought one property every single year after when I bought the property in 2021. But over the last 18 months, I bought 3 properties. What are you saying about Stoke-on-Trent student HMOs? Yeah, well, if you think it's viable and that, do it. Me, I'm going to get into Airbnb, man. How much did you save for your first property? I mean, I had 30 grand saved, but I only needed 13 grand. 13,600, 14 grand, put it that way, for a deposit. Plus, obviously, solicitors' fees and that. Then, buying furniture. So call it 16 grand I needed, something like that. I don't know. But I didn't save up 16 grand. I just had 30 grand in savings. I mean, I'm one of them man there. I just always make sure I be saving. Yeah. Wait for an opportunity to come up or make an opportunity or something like that. Because you don't know when something's going to come up. You want to have a little bit of money to invest. Man, out here just spending money. Just spending money. Nah. Do you own your house fully paid off? No, I don't own none of them. They're not. I mean, obviously I own them because I'm responsible for the liability in that, but I don't own any of them outright now. And I would never buy a property in cash ever. It's a waste of money. Or why am I going to spend 200 grand in cash on one house when I could get 4 for the same value? No, it doesn't make no sense. Where can you get that? So obviously, I'm up in Northampton and that. So was it hard getting your first house? No. The thing is, a lot of people be doing all this research into buying a property and that. Yo, just fucking buy the house. Just save the money. Listen, the solicitors and the mortgage brokers, they'll do all the work for you. They'll do all the work for you. You don't need to worry about all this stuff. Would you trade your bike for Mercedes? No way. No way. Riding bike is another level of fun. Shit, I was on my bike on Monday because I keep thinking I keep thinking we're a day behind. Like, I was thinking like today is Tuesday, it's not, it's Wednesday, isn't it? But yeah, took the bike out on Monday, took the bike out on Tuesday, which was yesterday. Didn't take it out today because it was raining. And I said to myself, I'm not taking it out the next day anyway. So I might take the bike out tomorrow. I gotta go gym tomorrow in the evening, so I might take the bike out tomorrow. We'll see. I used to have this thing before where it's like, obviously these times when I was living at my mum's house and that, I still had the Northampton property, but I only had one. But I was living at my mum's house, and I would only like taking my my motorbike out for rides in the evening, so at night time when it's dark. I don't know why, but now I don't even like riding when it's dark. I like riding during the day now. It's weird, but I had this thing where it's like I only liked riding my motorbike at night time. I used to love it. Friday night, oh my god! I'd get on my motorbike, I'd leave my estate, I'd fly down 4th Street, which is in Edmonton, bus a left at the A406 junction, fly down the A406, go down towards Redbridge Station. So got A406, go through past Wolverstone and that Redbridge Station, and then chuck a right and go down the A12 towards Blackwall Tunnel, go down the Blackwall Tunnel, and then come back. Yeah, that was a nice little ride. I might have to do that again. I ain't gone down there in a little while still. I said, bro's camera quality has never looked this good. It's a new phone, that's why. It's saving 7K. So far, good. Trying to say, I mean, it's better than nothing, isn't it? Remember, always just be trying to save as much as you can, man. Would you still be uploading on TikTok if you weren't getting paid? Yeah, I would still do it. I'd still do it because it still opens up opportunities and that. You know, people did not want to interview me on their podcasts because of how much money I've made or have not made. None. I've been on 4 podcasts so far. No one gave a damn about how much I earn from TikTok or YouTube, which has been nothing basically. I've earned money, but it's not nothing serious. You know what I mean? Like, I remember there was one chick the other day. I saw one of her videos. I'm saying like, yo, everyone should jump on TikTok and just make some sort of content. This chick is just a young mom, 24, 26 years old, making stupid videos. Hey guys, a white girl. Hey, this is how I clean my floor. This is my bedtime routine for my 3-year-old and my 4-year-old and that. The girl said she withdrew 1,700 last month. Yo, that's a second income. That ain't all a little £50. Yo, 1,700. Now, how long it took to accumulate that? I mean, I'm assuming it took 30 days, which is a month. If that's what that chick is getting on a monthly basis, blah. Producing content that provides no value to nobody. How you put your child to bed. If you're interested in how someone else puts their child to bed as a parent, you're probably not doing your job as a parent. Is property that profitable? Not immediately. Long term it is. Yeah. Man said, Jay Wise, try to be positive, challenge, impossible. It's not that I'm not a positive person, I'm just a real person, innit? I live in a real world, my friend. You know what? Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day, yeah. A lot of you people, yeah, think that, oh yeah, you know, my family and friends just love me and adore me and that. Like, I would love to sit in a room with you people and just observe the way, like, you know, your family members or whoever in that they speak to you, they treat you, and it won't be anything obvious where they're being disrespectful blatantly and that. And I could tell you, like, yo, this person not respect you. This person is using you. Certainly, you lot wouldn't notice certain things. Me, I notice everything. Nothing goes amiss. Property money is to be enjoyed when you're retired. For now, we are stuck in. Yeah. Oh yeah. Someone was asking about the Lithuanian chick. The chick's not Lithuanian. The chick is Latvian. So anyway, so I must have went to just obviously just doing a test and that, and it was this one chick must have answered the door in it. So what I was saying in that video was like, you lot be sleeping on these Eastern European girls and that. Like, obviously, where I'm from, I don't know about no Eastern European people. You know what I mean? I'm from Edmonton. Everyone is black. Everyone is dark. Yeah. So yeah, man, I don't know about no Eastern European people, but I must have went to this girl's this yard now, yeah, this flat to do a test. Now she lives in some ghetto block. You don't want to live there. I know they don't want to live there. So anyway, like Eastern European girls, yeah, they will make better wives and girlfriends and whatever, yeah, more than British girls. When I say British girls, I mean black girls who are born here, white girls that are born here. I'll pick an Eastern European girl over them any day, over any British girl, any white girl, any black girl, because they don't know how to conduct themselves and that. It's not about looks or anything. I'm talking about the way they are, the way they carry themselves and that. Yeah, they're not like they're proper like girlfriend, like wifey material and that. Anyway, this girl, yeah, like although she's in some ghetto flat in some ghetto area and that, like to me, she came across like she was a posh girl, you know. And I put that down to in the video, I was saying that there's some people that come over from foreign countries and they're at the bottom of the social economic scale in this country. But back home, they were living like kind of rich, middle class, if not upper class, and that. Now, the reason why they come over and they probably live in poor is maybe because the mum split from the dad who was actually rich and had money in that. And now they come over here and now they ain't got that much money. But this girl, like, I can just chat to a girl for 2 seconds and I can just get that vibe from her straight away. And I just know, like, this girl is of good quality. Forget about looks like that. She was pretty anyway. Because I wanted to tell her, like, yo, do you do modeling or anything like that? Yeah. Don't get it twisted. You don't know drop dead gorgeous, like, yo, you'd be bending your neck and that if you're driving to look at this girl. When you look at her for more than a few seconds, like, yeah, this girl's actually pretty in there. But I didn't bother ask her that. But yeah, I said to her, like, yo, you want to come out for a bike ride? And she's like, nah. I thought, nah, I have to try it. Have to. I couldn't walk out of there not saying nothing, boy. Couldn't walk out of there not saying nothing. But yeah, don't sleep on them Eastern European girls, man. Like I was saying in the video, to get the same quality. So basically, put it this way: Eastern European girls that are working class, they're at the same level as middle class girls who are British. That's what it's like. That's what it's like. Someone say, "What happened to Nadia?" I ain't talking to her. So that's what it's like. Because I don't know, maybe the standard of like the way they are back home and that, like their culture and that, their standard is much higher. To get the same quality woman as a an Eastern as a middle class white middle class British girl, the Eastern European girl only needs to be working class. What's your opinion on the Raja situation? What's that? And they look better than UK women. Yeah, some of them are nice. Some of them are nice. Like even I've been to like Polish family houses over here. and the parents are Polish. They're from Poland. But like the daughters and that, or whatever, and that, they're born here, so they're born in the UK and that. They just have a different aura about them. They just have a different aura about them, and they're actually from the UK. Like, they're born here. They just have a different aura about them. I'm telling you. Well, I don't know who left who. Well, I don't get into no details and that. What's your experience with Pakistan households and that? Yeah, I mean, do you know what is the better quality chicks are the foreign chicks. I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about upbringing and that. You know what I mean? British girls, and when I say British girls, I'm including black girls. They're not raised to be housewives. They're not. They're not raised to be housewives. They love black guys too, but the parents don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll be coming off in about 15 minutes. I'm going to go to my other house, shower, and then go to bed. Eastern European, more relaxed, not so competitive. So you mean more traditional then? Yeah, man said, go to your house. It's such a wait. Go to your other house. It's such a flex. Yeah. Some people don't even have a house. Some people are living in a flat. I have a spare house. Some people don't even have a house. Do you collect rent in readies? You mean what? Red notes? No, I don't even do cash, you know. You might as well build a door from the kitchen to the other house. Someone said something I was going to talk about. Which other European country would you live in? Do you know what? Yeah, I looked at Luxembourg. I don't know. I've been there before, like for taekwondo training. So yeah, taekwondo competition, and yeah, Luxembourg. Yeah, that could be a place that you can live in. Maybe, obviously, I haven't been to Switzerland, but Switzerland is probably a place that you can live like standard, like, you know what I mean? There's probably only like one ghetto in the whole country, and that's because the people are really poor and that. Like. But I ain't leaving the UK anyway, man. But there is a big wide world out there. Big up man like Gordon Flowers. I see you coming. But yeah, there's a big wide world out there, man. Would you go Thailand? Nope. I'm not going Thailand, man. Yes, Gordon Flowers. Yeah, I'm not going Thailand. No way. But I don't want to go out there and be getting harassed by fucking women out there. Nah, man, move, bro. I ain't sleeping with no. Yeah. I ain't sleeping with none of that. I've never paid. I never will pay. No way. No way. So I'm not going out there, man. No, I'm not interested in going to other countries, to be fair, man. What would you say the most valuable skill for someone to learn? Resilience, the art of never giving up. That is the most important thing. Never give up. You know, that comes with, having ambition and that. You can have no skills. You can have no education. You could start a waste clearance removal cleaning company, landscaping company. You don't need any qualifications. If you're ambitious enough, you will be a multi-millionaire. I mean, you know, that resilience and that confidence and that is the most important thing. That is going to keep you alive on an abandoned island. If you know, you know, you get shipwrecked or the plane crashes into the sea or something like that. That mindset, nah, man, we ain't going down this easy. We don't give up easy. We're gonna make it. I don't know why this Sea Dog 95 person say, "Oh, this ain't live." Why would you think it's not live? Why? Because I'm not reading out your comment. Like you're the only person on the live chatting. So yeah, man, that not giving up. I'ma make it through. Yeah. So she said yes to the motorcycle date. No, she said no. She said no. She said no. I don't know. She might have a boyfriend or so. She's not interested. I don't know. Me, I'm not one of those people. Like you see, like some people, yeah, like a lot of guys, yeah, that approach gal in the street. I mean, I approach gal in the street. They one of us all guilty of it. We've gone away and thought, "Oh, I wonder why that girl said no or whatever. Or even got the girl's number, chatting to her a couple times, texts back and forth, and wonder why the girl just disappeared and that. Yo, I don't even worry about why. I just know she disappeared. I don't even get into what the reason is. I don't give a shit what the reason is. Sometimes girls will have a boyfriend, you know, that they're going back and forth with and just give you their number just because. You could go out on a date with a girl, have a good day. You know you didn't say or do anything stupid, and the girl will never speak to you again. You ain't done nothing wrong. If you're a normal guy, normal looking guy, you have a normal personality and that, and you didn't do or say anything stupid on the date, you go out on a date with a girl and the girl disappears and that, you ain't done nothing wrong. That girl is probably on a break from her boyfriend. And I know a girl that, you know, might be on a break from her boyfriend from time to time, go out on dates just to waste guys' time, just to take their mind off their boyfriend. I know someone. I remember one time I was watching one of AMS's videos, yeah? This was years ago. And he was saying that, like, you could get a girl out on a date and, like, she might find you physically attractive and that, like, you know, whatever in it. But if you get a girl out on a date and she's like really quiet and that, and she doesn't seem like she's really into it, it's probably because she might be on a break from her boyfriend and she's not emotionally into it. I remember there was this one chick years ago, I must have took her out to Wagamama's in Finchley. If you know where Hollywood Bowls is, there's a bowling place in Finchley. I must have took her there. She's from Edmonton as well. Took her there. The whole time this girl's just on the day, just she's not really saying much, just. And then when I saw that video, I don't know if it was before or after, and I'm like, makes sense. Makes sense. Why does a man laugh when I say Hollywood Bowl? That's a place. It's a place. It's in Finchley. Jay Wise, can we go on a two-man in Eddie, please? What's a two-man? What's that? But anyway, like I said earlier, yeah, I've been watching this guy called Psych Hacks, and he talks about psychology. You know me, I'm about psychology and human behavior and human nature and that. And like I've been saying, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And he was even talking about women want a man that they can run around after, like that will provoke anxiety and like they have to worry about and that. And he said basically the reason for that is women by default through the generations and that have always had multiple children and that, and have always had to be in a position where they need to worry about someone else because little kids are too silly to understand you can't eat that poison berry, you can't walk too close to the edge of the cliff. So women have always been in that mindset. It's by default that they need to worry about people and have anxiety about people. Because obviously, women that let their kids go out, maybe not to play, but especially the first time and that, like they go out to play and that, they'll be anxious, like, what's going to happen to them. And even the dad will be like that as well. So women are naturally predisposed to having feelings of anxiety for people and that, like kids, because they can always constantly be in danger and that. So that's why they like to find men who are all over the place and that need nurturing and that. This thing is serious, blood. This is a real fucking thing. This is a real thing. That's why you will get chicks that earn 80, 90, 100 grand. And they will get with a guy that's earning less than half. And he's not doing well for himself. This girl has a degree, nice car, and she'll be dealing with some bum-ass guy. It's for that reason. That reason. And I told you already, this is a woman's perfect scenario. Perfect scenario. This is no girl would ever admit this. It's not, I mean, it's stupid, but it's not completely embarrassing or anything. But no girl would ever admit this. This is a girl's perfect scenario, yeah? Modern day woman. 40 years ago, 50 years ago, no. Modern day woman, this is a woman's perfect scenario. She has her own business. She's an entrepreneur. She has her own business doing like whatever, lip filler injections, all the, you know what I'm saying, nails, all that crap, yeah? She has her own little house. She has a little French bulldog, drives a Mercedes or a Range Rover. And most importantly, she has obviously good-looking boyfriend, but he's not a working man. Nah. He's not a working man. He don't have a 9 to 5. It's not even about, being a trapper per se, but yeah, he's not a working man. He don't have a 9 to 5 or nothing like that. But he's some kind of bummish kind of guy. It's her house. He lives in her house. He ain't contributing or nothing like that. And he slyly might have a little court case coming up. Yeah, that's going to provoke some sort of anxiety and that. That's a woman's perfect, ideal situation. She has her own little stupid business, so she can call herself an entrepreneur. She has her own house. She don't have to own the property, but that will be more points on her side because, they want to be a boss babe and that. They have a little French bulldog, or maybe an XL bully and that. And yeah, they drive a little Range Rover or Mercedes, and they have some bum-ass-ish boyfriend living at their house. He has to be good looking in that. No woman wants an ugly guy. Has to be somewhat good looking in that. And yeah, she's running around after him, and he might have some little court case coming up, and he might be looking at doing a few months in prison and that. And oh yeah, there's 1 or 2 girls that are saying, yeah, your man's been talking to me or whatever. Perfect situation. Perfect situation. These girls, there'll be chicks watching this, maybe the playback and that, they won't admit it, but that's their perfect situation. As a man, don't guys feel embarrassed to not be bringing more to the table than their girl? I mean, certain man, obviously a lot of man, well, I wouldn't feel adequate if the girl could bring more to the table than me. But certain other man will look at it like this. She looks after me. Like she gives me a roof over my head. I get to stay with her. She cooks for me and that. Well, she must really care about me. She lets me live in her house for free and that. So, because those guys are not bringing nothing to the table, but they're living in the house for free. So therefore, they will think, well, if she lets me do all of this for free and that, I don't have to bring nothing to the table. But myself, all I have to do is just show up and that. They'll think, oh, she likes you and that. Oh yeah, the guy as well, in that perfect situation, the guy doesn't drive. She drives him around everywhere in the Mercedes or the Range Rover. coming off in 5 minutes. But yeah, man, trying to get this account to 10K followers so that I can start uploading videos and get paid for it. Do you know A1 from the 9? No. Obviously, I've heard of him, but I don't know him. As a Jamaican, is whining a part of your culture? Because what's your thoughts on carnival? I mean, I wouldn't go carnival like that. Best case scenario, I would pass through Notting Hill and I'll be chilling on the outskirts. I'm not going into the carnival. No. I only said that because of the vid. Okay. How often do you eat out? Not often. I mean, I got a girl cousin. She's from Hackney, but she moved to America, but she came back. She's on holiday over here, so I took her out for a meal. That was nice. Big up my cousin Sharina. That was a nice little meal. Me and her sitting down, eating, catching up. The thing I like about my cousin Sharina, yeah, like, so she's from Hackney, grew up in Stoke Newton and that. Like, she's feminine, but she's also like man then. It's a weird one. You don't get no masculine energy from this girl, but we will sit there and talk about the roles. But she comes across like like she's feminine. It's weird. It's probably just because of the environment that she grew up in. She understands the thing. But you literally was talking about the roles and where that. But you would never sit down and think this is a masculine chick. Like obviously she's a modern day woman and that. So yeah, she's a bit of a goal getter and that. But yeah, she's cool. Like if I was gonna have I don't have no female friends, but if I was gonna have a female friend and she wasn't my cousin, I would have her as a female friend, 110%. Because she is feminine, but she's also like a bit like man them as well. Like she really understands the roles, 110%. 110%. But yeah, big up my cousin Sharina. So yeah, she's over here. So I took her to funny thing happened outside of the Curvan place. So obviously I said to her, yeah, meet me in Wood Green. We're gonna go Curvan to go and eat, yeah, have a meal, yeah, because I ain't seen my cousin in years. Boom. So I got to Wood Green just before her. So anyway, so I'm standing outside Curvan. So Curvan in Wood Green is basically opposite where the Metro Bank is and opposite where the Argos is in Wood Green. Yeah, there's like a set of traffic lights right there. So anyway, I'm standing outside. So some mixed-race chicks come out of the Curvan place and she's walked past me. So she was all right, nothing special. If I was driving my car, I ain't pulling up to get onto the thing. Just an averagey, okay thing and that. So she was just standing there, and so I thought, I ain't got nothing to do. So I'm standing around waiting for my girl cousin. I might as well just chat to her, gal, innit? So boom, so man's gone up to her, and I said to her, you got your phone in your hand? Can I put my phone in your, can I put my number in your phone? And she was like, nope. I'm like, what? You taken? You in a relationship, whatever, innit? She was like, I just told you that. I just told you no. Why are you still trying to push it or something and whatever she said in it? Next thing she said is, bye, Bob. Listen, I was in the conundrum right then and there. Either I start wilding out or I walk away. And I thought, you know what? Just walk away. It's not worth it. Yeah, she said, bye. How can you tell a man bye in his face? I've had some girls be rude, you know. I've had girls, but you know what? I've never ever responded like, I mean, man, I can be a violent person. Like, it doesn't take much. But when girls are rude to me, I don't even respond back to them. I've been up to girls, walked up to girls, and they say, why would I speak to you? I've had 2 girls say that to me that I can remember off the top of my head. Remember, I've approached a lot of girls in my life, you know, probably over 1,000. I didn't say I got 1,000 numbers, but I probably approached 1,000 girls in my life. I remember one chick, 2 of them, sorry, said, why would I talk to you? Why would I speak to you? There was even one girl. I approached this girl twice. Once on a bus. This was years and years ago. Once on a bus and once in Asda. And I remember when I approached her on a bus, she was like, "No, we're on a bus. I'm not. I'm not giving my number to a guy on a bus. She said. And then when I approached her another time in Everton Green, in Asda, I'm sure that was the time she said, "Why would I speak to you?" But she was in the line, yeah, in Asda with the self checkout. As I walked up to her, and she's like, "Why would I speak to you?" Disrespect, disrespect. You said if she's from Wood Green, you dodged the bullet. No, you know, yeah. So anyway, so what was funny that happened is, so boom, so I'm outside waiting for my girl cousin. I see the girl, approached her. She said, "Bye." Yeah, boom. So I walked off and stood where I was standing in the first place, waiting for my girl cousin. Yeah. So she was talking on the phone, this chick. So she probably ended her phone call and went back into the Curban place because she came out of Curban. Yeah. So anyway, this chick here was probably about 37, yeah, ish, something like that. She could have been 40. You just don't know it. Like with mixed race people and black people, you can't really tell their age and that. She was definitely you never know. She could have been younger than me, but I doubt it. I feel like she was older than me. So boom. So I kind of like noticed that I think maybe she was with some younger mixed race thing. It was like 21 or something. I don't know. The girl could have been her daughter. This girl could have had the chick when she was like 16 or something. The girl could have been 19. You never know. You don't can't tell people's ages. But the reason why I kind of thought that she was with this mixed race chick, because I'm sure she was with the same little kids. They were like 5 or 6 years old. I'm sure both, because they weren't out together. They came out at separate times and that. I'm sure both times, like when the chicks came out, it was with some little kids. Anyway, boom. So the girl has said bye, and then she's gone into Curban and that. Cool. So 5 minutes later, my girl cousins arrived now, ain't it? So me and my girl cousin, I already got the table ready. I already went into Curban before my girl cousin came, and then got the table and said, "I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm waiting for someone." So I've gone back into. So now my girl cousins arrived. I've gone into Curban. We've gone upstairs and sat at the table. So I don't know where this mixed race chick has disappeared to. Innit? So anyway, as I'm sitting in the corner, I see the mixed race chick get up, and she's with the young mixed race girl that might be like 19, 21 or something, and they're with the little kids. I'm like, oh, they're all together. I thought so. Anyway, the older chick must have said to the younger chick, because I clocked, because the way she came out of nowhere, yeah, and she was just looking at me, but pretending that she was messing about with the kid or whatever, like proper watching and preying, man, for no reason, yeah. I clocked, the older chick must have said to her, "You know, this guy tried to move to me, and now he's on a date." No, dummy, I'm not on a date. I'm with my girl cousin. So the younger chick was looking like, this guy's taking the fucking piss, probably. That was kind of funny. She thought I was on a date. I wasn't. I was waiting for my girl cousin and that. You know what makes me laugh here? So this person said, "Bro, you say you like the saint and the sinner, but I never see you do no physical masculine shit like band weights or self-defense. It's just bare talking, and more talking. Eye rolling emojis." This guy's gone out of his way to put this in capital letters and that. If you don't like my content, why are you even on the live commenting? Like, I say that Gary Stevenson is not good for the young people. I'm not under any of his videos. I'm not on his lives if he does any. I'm not subscribed to his Patreon if he has it. I don't know. I would just mention him in a video because I think he's very relevant. I don't think he's good for the young people because he's not giving them that motivation. So I don't understand like why you're even on the live watching. I do not consume anybody's content that I don't like. I used to consume Kevin Samuels' content, and every now and then I will watch some Kevin Samuels. I don't want to say his name because anytime I say his name, the videos usually get blocked and banned. But the bald head with the glasses and that, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I watch The Saint and the Sinner because I like his content. what's his Casey Zander, big him up. I like his content. I watch people because I like their content, and I'm not gonna watch people that I disagree with. And if I don't agree with you, I'm just not gonna watch your content. It's as simple as that. Jay Wise, are you aware of Grey Game? You have competition now. Oh yeah, big up DD Gray. I mean, it's not a competition, man. I mean, do you know what? Yeah, a lot of people they will get like annoyed or get threatened by someone that's in the same space as them. Yo, no one is going to take you away from someone else. Like people will watch multiple people. Like you're not gonna watch certain influencers, but then stop watching other people. And you know what? If that happens, yeah, then it is what it is. It doesn't really matter to me, man. It doesn't matter to me, man. I don't control who anybody watches. If you want to watch, you want to watch. If you don't, you don't. There's enough space for everybody. Trust me. There's people that watch AMS that also watch, you know, what's them young boys? Steph is cold, X Fearless, and MJ Get Right. Yeah, there's people that watch all three of them, all four of them. Big up Quincy, man like Quincy. Quincy's one of the original supporters then. What about Hamza? I don't watch Hamza. You've never heard me mention Hamza until now. I don't. I know who he is, but I don't watch his content. I've watched a few of his videos in the past, but I don't watch his stuff. That's why no one's ever heard me speak about Hamza ever until now. I don't watch his videos. I've seen his videos, but I just don't watch his videos and that. Fresh and Fit. I like Fresh and Fit. I like Myron. Did you see Myron from Fresh and Fit? His girl was cheating on him with a big guy. The thing is, yeah, I don't think his girlfriend cheated on him. I think his girlfriend just left him because, like, you know, she could see it wasn't going nowhere. I don't think she cheated on him. But then again, you know, girls do monkey branch and that. So I don't know. I don't know. But that just goes to show. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like I'm not saying his girl said, "Oh, I need 100 gang guy, 100,000 pound, 100K guy." You don't need 100K to get girls. She went from dating a millionaire to a guy that's broke, riding rollerblades. Was it rollerblades? I don't even know what the fuck it's called. Roller skates. Check out Patrice O'Neal. You know what? Yeah, AMS has been talking about Patrice O'Neal. AMS has been reacting to some of Patrice O'Neal. So, is Patrice O'Neal, was he like in the space way before them lot, or is he like, was he like a not a rapper, but someone that was like a social person that started talking on this thing? I don't know the origins of this guy. You say, yeah, the rollerblades. He's a comedian, but he passed away. Patrice O'Neal, hold on. Oh, I'm thinking of Shannon Sharp. Oh, okay. I'm thinking of Shannon Sharp, whatever the guy's name is. Let me check Shannon Sharp. Let me just, so I know whose face is who. Shannon Sharp. But yeah, so okay, so Shannon Sharp. Okay. So let's check Patrice O'Neal. Let's see. Okay. So he's saying he passed away, yeah? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I thought Shannon Sharp was Patrice O'Neal. Shannon Sharp is the one who lost 50 M's to OF chick. What, was he married to her or something? Do you watch Jada Wader content? No? No, he did. But yeah, coming off in 1 minute. So Write down your last comments. You said nah. So this person said nah, he was dealing with her, and then this person said nah, he settled with her and she retired. Right, last 10 seconds. So why are you even dating a chick that's on OnlyFans for 2-3 years, man? Anyway, nah, that's it. I'll see you lot next week, yeah? Alright, YouTube man, I'll see you lot next week.